Hi everyone, and welcome back to First to Copy Crochet. In this tutorial we're going to go over how to make the lemon peel stitch crochet bookmark pattern. Now, this is a very quick and easy pattern to make. The only stitches you need to know how to do are the single crochet and double crochet. So this bookmark is 7 inches long and 2 inches wide. So to make this bookmark I used the Aunt Lydia's crochet thread and the size 3. So using the crochet thread, it did use about 25 yards, and that's not including any tassels or fringe on the ends of it, so this little braid that I put would be a little extra. You'll also need a 3mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, a yarn needle to weave in your ends, and stitch markers are optional if you like to use those to mark your rows. This pattern is in US terms, and the starting chains at the beginning of each row do not count as a stitch. If you want to change the length of the bookmark, you can do so by adjusting the number of chains that are in the foundation chain. It just needs to be an odd number. And if you want to change the width, you'll just change the amount of times that you do the repeat row, which is row number 2. So we'll be working back and forth in rows lengthwise, and then we'll be putting a single crochet border around this. And as always, there is a written pattern for this available on my website, and I'll leave a link for that down in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. Now for this tutorial, I'm actually going to use a bigger yarn and use a DK size yarn just to make it easier so you can see it. So to start off, you'll want to create your slip knot. And for our foundation chain, you're going to want to create a chain of 37. Okay, so for the tutorial, I'm just going to do a small sample size, so I just have a chain of 15 here. Now for row 1, we're going to want to work in the back bump. So when you turn your chain over, you'll see these little bumps here. Normally you go into that top chain, but we'll be going into this little ridge on the back here. And this will just make it easier when we're doing our border to see our stitches. So you'll want to start in your second chain from your hook, and you're going to start with 1 single crochet stitch. So you'll just insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. That'll give you 2 loops on your hook. Then you'll yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. Now in the next chain, you're going to do a double crochet stitch. So you'll yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, then yarn over and pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. You'll yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through the remaining 2. So we're just going to alternate this all the way down the chain. 1 single crochet stitch and 1 double crochet stitch. So just repeat that down your foundation chain, and your last stitch should be a double crochet stitch. Okay, so once you finish that last double crochet of the row, for row 2 is going to be our repeat row. And for the rest of the rows of this, we're going to chain 1 at the beginning of the row, turn our work, and now this won't count as a stitch, so we'll be starting in this first stitch here. We're just going to do 1 single crochet at the beginning, then our next stitch will be a double crochet, we're just going to alternate that all the way across. 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet. And just like before, our last stitch will be a double crochet stitch. So now we're just going to repeat this row all the way up through row 8. So you'll chain 1, turn, and then start in that first stitch with a single crochet, then do a double crochet, And then just alternate single crochets and double crochets all the way across your rows. Go ahead and pause the video and I'll meet you back here at the end of row 8. Okay, so once you've finished up row 8, again this is just a sample size, so I don't have 8 rows here. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this border around our body of our bookmark here. So to do that, once you're at the end of row 8, you're just going to chain 1. Now we're not going to turn our work, we're just going to start going down the end here, which is our short side. So we're just going to do single crochet stitches evenly down the side. You just want these to just lay flat. You don't want them to bunch together or pull your work. Now once you get to the corner here, we're going to do 3 single crochets in that corner. There's 1, 2, and 3. So now we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each of those stitches all the way down the long side. Okay, once you're to your next corner here, we're just going to do the same thing and do 3 single crochets into that corner. And here you can start to just crochet over that tail. Just makes it a little easier on weaving in ends. Right, and then down this side, we're just going to again just single crochet evenly down the side. Now once you're at the next corner, again you'll do 3 single crochets into that corner. Right, and now we're at the long side again, so we'll just be doing a single crochet into each stitch all the way down the and then at that last corner, this was our first stitch that we did of our border, so we're going to do 3 single crochets into the last corner. And then just use a slip stitch to join our first and last stitch together. And after you do that, you can go ahead and fasten off and weave in your ends. You can add a tassel onto it if you like, or add fringe across the bottom. It's just whatever you'd like to finish it off, or you can leave it as is.